the 1st of September, which means two things. One, it is the first day of spring, and also it is the first day of the Bookopolathon. So I have not rolled ahead. I've just decided to roll as I go, so it's less pressure for how many books I need to read. Also, hopefully I want to fit in prompts for the magical readathon as well. First I was just gonna mix that, but you only need to read 2. And then also lockdown has been extended, which sucks. But the upside is I can read like a crazy lady. So I will try and mainly read 1 book at a time. But the exception to that would be that I'm going to be reading Way of Kings this month. So this is a reread. Regardless of what I roll, I think this is just going to be a tandem read. I think it will be easier on the reread, but again, it's chunky. This is only half of it. This is part 1. So yeah, this is a buddy read with some of my peeps at the Citadel, which is Mel Read's Patreon. Also, I'd like to fit in the buddy reads for the other buddy reads for the Citadel, which are the official ones. So that is The Witch's Heart, Witches Steeped in Gold, and Kingdom of Copper. So we'll see if we can finagle those into the prompts that I land on. I'm very much a mood reader, so there's a good chance I'm gonna land on something and not be happy about it. But you know, I'll let the game control my fate. It is okay. Alright, this is a bit of a dodgy angle, but here we have the Bookopolathon board. I'm using this little strawberry shaped eraser as my token because why not? Alright, so starting on go. And wish me luck. Okay. Oh, doubles! So we got a 6. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and I landed on humans. So I landed on humans, so that means I need to pick a book that has humans as the main character. I don't think I can pick any of the buddy reads, but give me a sec. I can do this. I want to read. I'm looking at my immediate TBR, and a lot of it's fantasy, so fun. You know what? This wasn't even on my next TBR, but now it is. I want to read Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I've heard so many good things about this one. It is a contemporary fiction that focuses on racism. So from what I know, the gist of this book is that there is this nanny or babysitter. She is black and she is looking after a white child, and she gets reported for kidnapping. I'll start this today. How exciting. I hope it'll be pretty fast. How many pages are we talking? 305 pages. Can be done. I know I said I was going to roll once at a time, but the doubles do mean that I have to roll again. So let's do. I think I'm going to need a smaller token. I misjudged how tiny this board really is. But here we go. Are you kidding? Doubles again. Alright, another 6. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A mood read! Ooh! So I landed on mood read, which this is great because I can pick anything I'm in the mood for, but it also makes me go, what am I in the mood for? Alright, well I've got a high fantasy, I've got a contemporary that might be hard hitting, so maybe something else, but also doubles again. So I'm going to be rolling again. So much for this one at a time. Yay. You know what, I'm going to leave it on for now. And I'm just going to pick it when I finish Such a Fun Age. Okay, hopefully the last roll for now. 7, alright. Cool. Not doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, current news and events. So I landed on current news and events, so that just has to be something that's kind of a bit controversial, a bit poignant, if you will. A bit poing, as my sister and I like to say. So let's have a look, shall we? Alright, so after having a bit of a look, I chose Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Nailed it. Didn't even need to look, you silly bugger. And I picked this because there's a pandemic. It's like post-apocalyptic something. So I might regret picking this because the pandemic is real and it's not fun. But I can book my vaccination soon, so get vaccinated, folks. I'm really excited about this one. I hope I love it. I believe this is set kind of post-apocalyptic, maybe during a pandemic, after, I'm not sure. But we follow this group of it's like a Shakespeare acting troupe, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. I'm not 100% sure about the genres of this. I feel like it's kind of more speculative literary. Like, I don't think it's going to be too fantastical or too sci-fi. Other than like the post-apocalypse thing, I don't think we're going to have like jetpacks. Tia, I love jetpacks. We are going to leave the roles there because otherwise I'm going to get overwhelmed. But so far, this is what I'm reading this month. So one of the prompts for Magical Readathon is a standalone. This is for sure a standalone, and I'm pretty sure this is a standalone. So, tick. One down. Wish me luck. I think I'm going to need it. I just hope I can really just have fun with this, because I am the kind of person that can get burnt out from reading quite easily. Here in my backyard, that is a drying rack behind me, and I'm about to start such a fun age. It's actually sunny today, so I am enjoying it while I can. The crazy dog. But I love it. Alright, so I just did 20 minutes of reading and I read the first chapter. So that was 20 pages and oh, it is bright. So yeah, so far so good. It did kind of take my brain a second to be like, oh, so many names, who, what, when, where, why. But it kind of starts right in the action of chapter 1, so I appreciate that. Also, the kid is so fucking cute. And I'm really interested to see where this goes and the consequences and the discussions, because yeah, it's a bit fucked up. Are you a rat bag? You are, don't listen to me. Go get it. Get the toy. Good girl. Are you ready? Go. Hey guys, so outfit change because I can. And I'm just getting ready to film another video when a little package arrived, didn't it? So I want to say like a month or two ago, I got an email from Dimmicks and they were like, hey, do you want to like pre-order like a special edition of Empire of the Vampire? And I was like, fuck yeah. Not wrapped particularly fancy, and it's a soft cover, so hopefully it's not completely destroyed. Also, I don't know how much I ended up paying for this, but it was probably a lot. Look at it. I might have to squeeze this in. Alright, hi. It is the 5th and I just finished such a fun age. I really enjoyed this. I was going to give it a 4 stars, but I decided to bump it down to a 3. Not because it was bad, but just like, it was very like easy to read. But like, I don't know, I just don't think there was like the extra punch or intrigue for me to give it more than a 3. But overall, I think this is really good. I think it's a really important conversation, like thought-provoking and kind of more into the nuanced complexities of racism as we know it today, and how a lot of people have like a savior complex and overcompensating to not feel racist. The kid in this, Briar, is so freaking cute, and I'm really glad that was part of it, because that's what overcomplicated the situation even more, because she had this bond with the kid, and I'm like, I can understand that. Hello, and time for an update. I'm not naked, just sunbaking in my backyard with the dogs. So I did some sprints with the Citadel last night. I read a bit more Way of Kings. It was just making me sleepy, so I decided to try and pick up Station 11. I'm very early into this. It's okay so far, but it's a bit kind of, I don't know if I'm gelling with the writing style. But I'm hoping if I just kind of give myself some momentum, that'll kind of help enjoy it if I like sit and read it for longer periods. And also it's still early, and the theatrical aspect of it, the Shakespearean aspect of it, is what I'm really excited about. So yeah. Okay, so I don't have much of a reading update, but The Witch's Heart just came in the mail and I'm so happy. I'm still working on Station 11, and I also just picked up Guilds on a whim, so I guess that's my mood read. I didn't plan on it being my mood read, I just picked it up. And if that's not the definition of a mood read, I don't know what is. And so far Guild is like trashy, but like the good kind of trashy I enjoy. Like it's kind of messed up, but I'm like, tell me more. I finished Station 11 yesterday. So what was that? On the 10th. And I ended up giving it a 4 stars. I enjoyed this in the way that literary fiction does this. Like I kind of like and hate it at the same time, where it's just kind of like subtle and isn't like completely satisfying, but like I can respect that as like a device. There's just still parts of me that wants more. Very atmospheric, and like I could picture it all very clearly. I kind of wanted a bit more of the Shakespeare. Just completely random side note. So I was reading this, and I was also playing this game called My Time in Portia. At Portia. One of them. And there is a cult in this book called The Light, and in My Time in Portia there is the Church of Light, which seems a bit culty if you ask me, and that both of these were introduced at the same time. It's a conspiracy. What does it mean? The multiverse is real and it's trying to tell me something. Since finishing that, I've been reading a bit more of Guild and Way of Kings. Not super close to finishing either of those at the moment, so that kind of sucks. Hello people, it is the 12th? Yes, the 12th, and I just finished Guild. I gave it 4 stars. It was very just like fun, trashy, and had a really good plot twist, at least for me. So I'm really excited to hopefully continue that series. I don't know when, because it all depends on these bad boys, as well as just what I do next month. I found a replacement counter. We're going to use this little penguin eraser guy because the strawberry one was just freaking massive. Last I was on current events. Let's roll these dice. 5, it's not a doubles. Thank goodness. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I just rolled a 5 and I landed on spooky. So this actually works out well for me wanting to start my dark academia business soon, because I don't think I can read them all in October. Oh, now I have to decide. Okay, I kind of really want to read a Southern Book Club's guide to slaying vampires, but that's in the mail and it's on the way, and I kind of just want something I can pick up now. But if I also to pick that, I have time to read a bit more of Way of Kings. I've made like a decent chunk. I'm 232 pages in, but considering this is 2 volumes, that's only like a quarter. Okay, I've narrowed it down to 3. I've narrowed it down to Misery, Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, or The Maidens. So we'll see. I've kind of enlisted the Citadel to help me, so we'll see what they say. But also, I'm feeling like I want to roll again. Who am I kidding? I don't want to read one book at a time. Here we go. A 9. Okay. Spooky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Community shelf. That's this one. Alright. So I rolled community shelf, which just means I have to pick up one of these and read whatever is on there. Oh, okay. I have to read a play. That is pretty easy to do because most of them are pretty short. Alright, so I've decided to read All My Sons by Arthur Miller. I've read, I think, at least 3 or 4 of his plays before, and I know I like him, so hopefully that'll be good. And just because we're feeling extra risky, I'm going to roll again, because this is something I can literally sit down and read in like 2 hours or something. So, back to the dice. A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A big book. I rolled big book, so over 500 pages. My immediate thought was either Addie LaRue or Starless Sea. Alright, after consideration, I'm going to read I'm going to learn how to talk. I'm going to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've been wanting to read this for so long, so now is the time, I guess. Oh, okay, I really hope I like this. I really hope I like this. I like V. Schwab and I like this concept, so fingers crossed everything should be fine. Alright, I think that is enough rolling for now. All My Sons, Addie LaRue, and whatever spooky one gets voted. Bathroom time. I've made myself a cocktail. Blue Lagoon. I have a candle that smells like Tahiti. And to finish it all up, I have a sea swirl bath fizzer. And now for the basic bitch Instagram video. but I'm excited. So I wanted to start a new book because I hate myself. Because I've set up this summer vibe, but I was like, I don't feel like bringing either of my brick books into the bath. I want a summary read. So I'm finally going to pick up Dramarama by E.L. Lockhart. I'm probably going to put this down to continue the other ones. This is just like solely for something to read in the bath for now. And it's just drama kids on a camp. And with E. Lockhart, I've only read We Were Liars, so this could end up getting dark and weird. It is the 18th and it is the Citadel 48-hour readathon, so I'm going to continue with Addie LaRue. I've only got 100 pages left. I will update you when I'm done. And then I'm going to throw Bookopoly out of the window just for this weekend and mood read. I don't know what I'm going to pick, but I think I just want maybe like a romance or just something light because I've been a bit like on the go and anxious. So that sounds like a good option. I just finished Addie LaRue. It was so good. I didn't cry, but like the tightness and the tense. So good, so good. You can see towards the end there are many tabs. There's still 7 minutes left of this sprint, but I just need a second. Gonna go get some lunch. And then I'll figure out what the hell I'm going to read after this amazing book. This is definitely a favourite all time. I get it. I get it. And it was so good. The twists, the way it wrapped up, just the development. I might just have to quit reading now. I don't know. I'm just going to continue with Dramarama for a little bit because I'm just still a bit reeling from Addie LaRue. I was reeling after Addie LaRue. You saw that. And I picked up Dramarama. Wasn't vibing it. The main character was annoying. She was hating on someone for liking Jekyll and Hyde and being like nerdy and quirky. But just because they weren't nerdy and quirky about the same things she was. So, bitch. Then I listened to a bit of audiobook of The Stand-In, which is just like a rom-com read by Philippa Soo. I finished part 1 of Way of Kings, which took a lot of hours, but it's done. I did decide to end up picking up Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and I'm just under halfway. I have 10 hours left of the readathon, but it's midnight. I'm going to see how much I can read before I drop, but this is going really good. It is Tuesday the 21st, and I finished Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires last night. I've never really read anything like this, so I liked it. I kind of wanted a bit more vampires than we got, but I thought it was really interesting, the contrasting of like suburban with paranormal and like kind of gender roles and classism and racism. So yeah, I'm glad I read this, and I definitely want to read some more Grady Hendrix. Phone, shut up. But that also means it's time to roll some more dice. So I do still have one roll I haven't read, which is the play, which I just need a lot of motivation to read plays. So I'm still chipping away at Way of Kings, but I also realised that I've already finished the Irilium thing. My prompts for the Irilium magical readathon. So, I don't want to go pick it up. But Addie LaRue counts as a 5-star prediction, and one that I was correct on. And then a standalone I picked, Station 11. So I'm done. I'm going to be finishing Plain Bed Heroines today with Bethany. We're going to order some pizza and drink some wine and just smash through the end. Let's get ready to roll. Alright, so 4. We were on spooky. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh! A pole pick. Oh, damn. Okay, I'll figure that out. And let's do another roll. Doubles. Crap. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. People of colour rep. And another one. 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the A of A and A. Cool. I did 3 rolls. You saw them. So we landed on pole pick, POC rep, and the blank of blank and blank. So I'm going to figure out what the pole picks are going to be. I don't know yet. But for the blank of blank and blank, it just has to have one of those words. So the Witch's Hat. We finally got on the TBR. Thank God. This is a low-key retelling. It's for the book club. For POC rep, I'm going to read Witches Steeped in Gold. It's Jamaican inspired. On the poll, I'll put 3. I'll put Kingdom of Copper, Red Rising, because that's on my end of the year TBR. 5th season, because that's also on my end of the year TBR. The poll Kingdom of Copper one. So I've started that. I'm only like 2 chapters in. I did have to like recap what happened at the end because it started with a bang, let me tell you that, and shit got crazy. Currently reading this bad boy. I've kind of put it down for now. But Witch's Heart and Kingdom of Copper, I'm liking them both okay so far. Witch's Heart, because I don't have like the most extensive knowledge on Norse mythology, it's a bit confusing a little. But it is kind of this literary slice of life that I've come to expect from like the likes of like Circe and Ariadne. So I'm hoping that it just keeps growing and I love it. But anyway, I've just got a package. It's from Book Depository. And I know it's one of 3 books I bought. So I don't know which one it is. That's so satisfying. Alright, alright. Oh no, they're all in here. That's just a really skinny package. Let me show you. So I've got Everything I Never Told You. This is the author that wrote Little Fires Everywhere, and I really loved that book. And I've heard this one's really good and it was cheap, so here we are. And then I got 2 romances. I got the Bromance Book Club, which is a romance where a bunch of guys decide to read romance novels to be better partners. And I'm like, that sounds brilliant. And I also got Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which is the sequel to Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I have not read yet, but I just have a really good vibes about these. I think they're going to be really cute and fun. It is the 27th. I've read a bit. I am just getting really stuck on Kingdom of Copper. Like, I can see what it's trying to do, but like, it just feels like a lot of waffling. Nothing's really happening. Relationships haven't really been developed that much. And there's just a lot of things that haven't been explained that we just kind of have to take, and I'm annoyed. But I still want to see what happens and I have hope that it'll get better. Also, I have book mail, so let's open it. Okay. Alright, so here they are. I have The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule, which is the true crime about Ted Bundy. And I also got The Institute by Stephen King, because I found it cheap and I want to read more Stephen King, and this one's a dark academia, so I feel like I could enjoy this. So hopefully getting to these in October. I don't know. I'm going to try and finish Kingdom of Copper today, but I've also been saying that for the last like 3 days. But I am getting closer, so hopefully tonight I actually can. Okay, so it is the last day of September and I still have not finished The Witch's Heart or Witches Steeped in Gold. So I've spent the last hour or so reading Witches Steeped in Gold up to chapter like 12, and I'm gonna DNF it. I might still like pick it up and read it here and there, but I'm not gonna be actively reading it anymore because I'm confused and it's hurting my brain. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I finished Kingdom of Copper. I only gave it 2 stars. It was okay. I just feel like there was so much more potential and it was just a lot of setup again, with like a climax at the end that makes me want to read the next one, so I still will, but like the character and the plot was just like slow and the style of it was just like not vibing with me. So yeah. And then also like I got vaccinated 2 days ago, so woohoo. So I think I'm just still feeling a bit fuzzy. I do want to make as much progress with this today as I can, but also I think my brain's a bit fried. You guys, Alright, I finished part 1 of The Witch's Heart. This got me. A few tears escaped my eyes. I won't spoil anything, but that last chapter of part 1, where there are children involved. Also, Loki is a piece of shit. Piece of shit? I hate you. None of the gods can be trusted. From a bit of Rick Riordan, I do know what leads to Ragnarok, and so shit's gonna get crazy. I'll see if I finish this before midnight, but I might not. But like, I'm hooked. And this is just further showing me that it was a good choice to put down Witches Steeped in Gold, because this I'm actually enjoying. I can see why some people aren't enjoying this in the Citadel, but I'm really loving it. Very easy to read and very kind of like fairy tale-esque with some really poignant moments. So I know that's not everyone's vibe, but it's like, put a spin on it, do something different. But I'm like, no, this is what I like, this is what I want. It's character and it's heart. Okay, so it is the 2nd of October and I didn't end up finishing The Witch's Heart because I ended up scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours. And then I was like, maybe if I finish this the next morning I can still like include it in the vlog. But that didn't happen either because I went for a sleepover. I'll definitely be finishing this soon. But let's wrap up the readathon, shall we? Here are all the books I read in September for the Bookopolathon. I'm pretty happy. These plus Guild. That's like 9 books this month. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I think I've done a jolly good job of the readathon. Retribution of Maradai and Plain Bed Heroines don't count. I'm still counting part 1 of Way of Kings. I'm still very early into part 2 of Way of Kings, so I'm not really in a rush, but I do want to just like make progress here and there. And unfortunately I actually end up getting to the play just because it felt like such a gear shift and I was really focused on finishing some chunky books. The most pages I read in a day was 286 pages, and the most time I spent reading was 5 hours and 55 minutes in a day. I read for 90 hours and 30 minutes, and a total of 4,086 pages. Average reading speed, 45 pages an hour. Most pages read in a day is 178, that is wrong. Most minutes read in a day, 129, that is wrong. Fastest pace was End Turning Stay, which was a play. Way of Kings was the slowest at 34 pages an hour. And average page jumps a day was 131. Total books finished 10. Quotes added 261. Thoughts added 2. And words added 3. So technically I didn't finish all the prompts for the Bookopolathon, but I'm really pleased. I read some really great books. I think my favourite has to be The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Kingdom of Copper is the least enjoyable book I read over that time. Let me know how your reading month went, if you participated, and how you went with it. And I will see you next time. Bye.